right. I'm that nigga. All right. Shalom Israel. This is the ISUPK, come out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. I'm officer of 1,000 Loud Gun, and today we have in the ISUPK Law Class. All right. If you got any questions or comments, type in the chat, and also make sure you subscribe into ISUPK Alabama on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all social media. We coming for the airwaves, right? Today we're going to talk about what is the knowledge of the law, all right? And we talk about the knowledge of the law. What is knowledge? What do we know about knowledge in general, right? What have they always said about knowledge when they talk about it? What is it? Anybody? I guess I started the class off with a question, huh? We've always heard that knowledge is power. Right? You heard that in every movement, they said knowledge is power, and which is true, you know. Now, the key to it is what knowledge are we getting, right? What knowledge do we have with our people? Rock it, the water warrior. Good now. All right, no sweat. All right, brotherhood is a weapon around here. What? Knowledge is power, right? So everything that you do, you know, you have to have knowledge of what? How to do it. And I don't care who you are as a black person, you know, whether it's a wicked thought process or a good thought process, you want to know how the hell to not lose in this game called life, right? Now, what is our issue right now as black people? I'm pulling it for you. Let me get Hosea 4:6. Let's start off with that. And let's understand what's going on with our people. All right? And I know we all heard this before, but we got to start off with it. All right? Let me know what you got. Hosea 4:6. All right.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So I'm telling you that this book is made for Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That should tell you a lot you need to know, right? Because what are those people right now? We are destroyed as a whole. Let's not look at our few billionaires and because you got a good job and you're not in jail and this and that. Let's not look at that, man. Our people as a whole have a lack of knowledge and we are destroyed, right? Just look on the internet. You see, I saw a video of a sister at a baby's birthday party twerking on down the Woody, whatever it is, the thing from the cartoon. Now that's just sick for a child to even see that. Why would you do that? You see what I'm saying? And in her mind, she thought, I'm just having fun with my babies. You couldn't tell that sister right now that was wicked. That's how far along we have gotten, man. Right. And I keep telling our people, it's going to keep getting worse. We keep allowing every kind of thought process to enter our brain, and we want to be so open-minded. That's what I keep hearing. Everybody, they think if you follow the Bible, they think you're closed-minded. But if you don't want to even consider that the Bible is the answer, then you are closed-minded. You're stuck on what you're doing. Right. And like I tell you every week, it's only because of money. If we take money out the equation, we have every room in the ISUPK will be full. But guess what? We get money over here too. But we don't sacrifice our soul for it. We're not giving up our beliefs for it. We're not going to go to our boss's Christmas celebration or his birthday party. If he files for that, we got this thing called the Constitution, right? Esau laws work for you too. So we got to stop being cowards out here as men and women And we raising cowards in our children. Because you teach your child, you teaching your child to placate to everything that their employer wants. That child got to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance and all this kind of crap. Teach your child to be brave now, right? To stand up for this truth now. And guess what? They have a whole army behind them. The Lord, for one thing, the Lord ain't going to be with them. That's a fact. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to teach your child that. And that's why people are losing their children and their families at an alarming rate right now, because we try to do everything ourselves. You think if you go to work, you get money, you're secure, you got money in the bank, you know what I'm saying? You think, okay, my child is good. No, the child got to walk out the house. The person that you love has to go from around. You can be the biggest protector you want to. If you are not in the truth, the Lord will let you lose that. This brother's in this Bible that you understand that the reason they fought for the Most High, some of them had to have things taken from them. Right? Some of them had to lose their children, some of them had to lose their wives. They had to do that. When the Lord decides He wants you, you best to go ahead and go when He wants you. Don't take your time and go when you don't say I gotta get my money right and then I'm gonna go get the Lord. No, get that knowledge now and apply it to your life. Yeah, right? Read that again.
Okay, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Keep going.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
We are rejecting knowledge. I had a sister that I was talking to last night in my slavery, right? She walked up, saw my dog. And I hope she watched. I told her I was gonna talk about it because she started laughing when I pulled the scripture on her, right? She was telling me how she read every other book in the world and this and that. And she was like, well, I don't know, the Bible don't really relate. I said, it don't. Let me show you the scripture I pulled for her. Give me Salakia, Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. She was telling me about how her father reads a lot of books. He got this many degrees. He got this and that. And I asked her one simple question. I said, let me ask you something. What do you and your father believe? I asked her to speak to him first, because she wouldn't stop talking to me because she thought she was going to school me on something. And I told her, tune into the class tonight, you know what I'm saying, to hear what I'm saying about this. We cannot keep getting caught up reading everything else except what the book that was left for us. And I think I say this every week in class. What other book? And I want somebody to come into the chat and find me a book that was written. We don't know what the date on the Bible was, but we knew it was 1,000 years ago, right? Find me any other book that you can read and fix your life that has something to do with something that you think and say right now, right? You got that? Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. All right? I understand that, man. This scripture right here really gonna tap into you to use the phone. You good?
I got it.
All right.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished.
Be admonished. All right, keep going.
Of making many books, there is no end.
They're gonna keep on making brand new books every day, man. The thing you gotta understand is this earth, they learning stuff about this earth every day, right? It's gonna be a new book come out next week, and it's gonna have this information. It's gonna be another book come out next week, gonna have this information. It's gonna keep changing because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're guessing. Right. They're trying to figure it out. That's why it's gonna seem new to you. That book that we reading out of right now says there's nothing new under the sun. Like, you got to take that in. It ain't no kind of new thought process that's happened. Even back in the old days, you had some bastard that lied to the people that made money. You had a righteous man over here that had less and was okay because he followed the Lord. You had whores, you had righteous women. You had the in crowd, you had the people that they thought was weirdos. All right. That's nothing new. All they've done was upgrade what we got. We got planes now. We got social media. Social media is just you talking. A quicker way of communicating what's on your mind. It's not nothing new. It's just more advanced. So when it says nothing new under the sun, there's nothing that can be new created thought process. There's always been some wicked bastard trying to get over on people. There's always been people that went for that. And there's always been people that were impatient with the Lord. That's our people problem the most, right? Our people are impatient with God.
Real.
You want God to come out the sky and come down and tap you on the shoulder. You got $1 million, and let's see, oh, is he not real? You know what I'm saying? You got to have a miracle in front of you. That's that pastor's fault from doing all that hamana, shabada, and tapping you on the head and dipping you in water, naked, making you get naked under a towel, right, and saying you were changed. Man, that's magic, man. It really ain't magic. It's a show. Right. But our people believe that is what God is. But God is actually, he's a process. That's why it's important we go over stuff when we tell you that the earth wasn't made in 7 days. You got to take that in, man. Because the Christian church told you that, and that will make you think God's supposed to work like that. You think when you get up and you pray, you're supposed to get what you want right then and there. That's not knowledge, man. That's stupid. Right. You think he got time? Think about God as a whole. He up there. You say the earth is his footstool. You think when you ask for something, it's going to come right then? He sent messengers to watch you, to see, is he at least reading this book? Now, all you people out here with degrees and stuff, when that professor told you you're going to pass this test, you had to do what first? You got to study my study guide. How you going to pass my class and you don't even want to study my study guide? Now, you went and did that. But the Most High God said, I left a study guide for you to follow, and you don't do it, and he's supposed to be talking to you? Let's think about that, man. Let's get the context in that, man. All right? Matter of fact, go ahead and in that same chapter, we'll come back down to it. Start at 11, and we'll get the whole preface of this. Start in the same chapter you in, just start at 11 and read down.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 11. The words of the wise are as goads,
yeah.
and as nails fastened by the masters.
Right. The words of the wise are like nails fastened. That means these words that's in these scriptures that we're telling you to live by, they are fastened. That means nothing's gonna happen where they don't make any sense once you get taught correctly. But if you're getting taught by a bastard who just want to tell you it's your season, pay your tithes, and all this other crap, you know what I'm saying? You want to listen to everything that feels good, you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna understand practical information that's being put out, practical knowledge. All right, it's gonna go over your head every time. It's gonna seem like it's a little too mundane for you. You know, we in a society that has to be entertained all the time. That's why social media took off the way it did. It's an instant gratification. You want to go look at somebody doing something crazy, you can type in, I want to look at a murder. I want to look at sex. I want to look at a booty. You can type it in on your finger. And the crazy part is we got a smartphone where you can look up everything that we say. If I tell you the Jewish man stole our culture in 1948, you can find that. But you don't look up that. Because our brain has been taught to be very, very wicked. And we take this stuff in, and we take in every little thing they try to give us. And as long as it entertains you until you go to sleep, it's okay. Right? But there was a time when none of this stuff was around. And all we had was each other. And it's going to come back around. Lord is going to shut this social media down for a while and get your mind right. You know, you saw how some of y'all was acting when Facebook was down for a little while. You was like, oh my God, I can't tell no lies today. Right? All right, keep going.
Fastened by masters of assemblies,
right,
which are given from one shepherd.
Verse. Drop down 13. We read it all.
Okay.
No, Salaki. Go ahead and read it, because I got some more on that.
Okay. In verse 12, and Father, by these my son, be admonished,
right,
of making many books.
Right.
There is no end. And much study is a weariness.
Weariness of the flesh.
Of
Understand that when you're doing all these different books, your mind is gonna get weary, right? And then you come up to a brother to tell you that God only loves blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You like, oh no, that's impossible. Because all these people that's reading all these books, guess what? You can't tell these people that the Arab man hates them. You can't tell them an African hates them. You know why? Because you're reading all their books. Right. You're gonna not hear nothing I said because you read John C. Maxwell book of the what's that book that white man he made a couple years ago, 40 Laws of Power. And if I tell you the so-called oppressor is the devil, You don't want to hear that because of John C. Maxwell. We always got that one book you read, that one person that told you something that they got from somebody else, and at the end of the day, you're gonna find out they got everything from the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? There's no other book. There's no thought process out there in earth. No, we call those religions that didn't form their religion from the facts of this Bible. I don't care if you're a Mormon, Muslim, Kemet, everything. You can't get away from these scriptures. You have to acknowledge what was in this Bible. So why not just follow it to the T? All right, keep going.
Okay, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
You gotta fear God and keep his commandments. We're gonna get into what that fear is later. Keep going.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's your whole duty. Now imagine all the stuff that the average black man has been told is his duty. You've been told it's your duty to pay your woman bills. Right. You've been told it's your duty. You gotta have $10,000 in the bank. You gotta have a 700 credit score. You gotta not be a felon. You gotta be a gentleman. You gotta be a thug. You gotta be a this. You gotta be that. But the Most High just said, "What? What's your duty?
Fear God and keep his commandments."
That is the duty of man. That's very simple, brother. If you do this, you know, and you have your and the sisters follow behind with the children, you're gonna be just fine. Because all the commandments cover everything you're trying to get to anyway. It's just not the way you would talk to get to.
Right.
And guess what? We have a gracious God, right? Because guess what? He allowed us to try everything. Everybody can hear the sound of my voice right now. No, it's something else you were thinking before you found out about the truth. Before you even thought about listening to an Israelite, our brains was thinking something else, and we thought that was the truth. And it's, guess what? If you don't come into this truth, it's going to be something else next year. It's going to be something else the year after that. Why keep wasting your time? Why keep trying to go and say, well, I don't like that because I got to quit smoking weed. I don't like that because I can't go to the strip club. I don't like that because I can't celebrate Christmas no more. And then you go to something else, and then that's not working, then you got to find some other belief system. Right? Keep going.
Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment.
Right. Every work is going to be brought into judgment, right? So guess what? When you building your tower of Babylon, when you want the whole world to come to earth, the Most High going to come right down, confuse you, and knock that down. That's what that was talking about, right? The Tower of Babel was everybody coming together, but guess what? We was following a heathen. We were following a man that wanted to be over God. That's why they got took down. That's why he made them confuse their languages. Because the Most High wants us to come together. Zephaniah 2:1 tells you that. He wants us to come together, but you can't come together with everybody else's knowledge. That's their knowledge. Let the Arab man have his Arab God. Let the so-called white man have his white Jesus. Let the African have whatever the hell they got. What they worship, cows? What they do now? The God. I think Africa is the black woman's God, man. I think that's what they kind of going around to now. You know, black woman's God, and she don't know what the hell she want to eat right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what we caught up in, man. That's what we caught up in. Read some more. Is anything left on that?
Come on, Pastor.
All right.
With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Right. The Most High is going to reveal everything, and he's doing that right now. Don't just think because it's the celebrities finna get revealed. It's stuff around your neighborhood. It's stuff in your family. It's stuff in your house that will be revealed to you. It's up to you to pay attention to that. It's up to you to decide how you're going to do that. And without these laws on how to deal with them, you're going to cut people off that you should have forgiven because you don't know the law of forgiveness, right? You're going to deal with people that the Most High, because you don't know the law of dealing with your own. You're going to all these business opportunities you think you're going to get, your oppressor knows their rules, and that's for them to stick together and to keep us down. And then you got this whole other thing called the community. You know that the alphabet people, right? They having these backdoor meetings in the time. You think about using that F word. Or the G word. You can't say that no more. I can't say it right now. I don't want to get it took down.
Right.
That's how bad it is.
Right.
They control the damn airwaves.
Okay.
They know how to get together. You can't bond with them and build with them. You can go to work and say hello and keep it moving and be cordial, but building and taking on their thought process, you can do what the hell you want to do, it's not going to work, man. It's not going to work. The Most High ain't going to allow it to work. All right? You take on a thought process that your duty is to keep his commandments, you're going to let him shine. It ain't about us shining no more. We done had our bling bling stage. It's time to say, okay, those are God's people. People don't look at black people right now and say those are God's people.
All right.
Every negative thought process you think of is on us now. Prison, baby daddy, you think of a black man. You don't think about no white boy. You're not in the white broken families out here, white families. When you think about a baby daddy, the first thing popping in your mind is a black man.
Right.
Baby mama.
Right. Prison.
Twerking.
Right.
Weed. Dope boys. Trap. But guess what? We won't control none of that. But our name is on that. That's the problem, man. We want them to look at us and say, you are God's chosen people. And say, I'm not going to touch a hair on man one of them head. I'm not going to get on TV and say nothing about them because I know that God is going to come from me. He wants to do that. He's waiting on us to be honorable, to earn that. We ain't earned that yet. We got to earn that kind of protection, man. Right. The Jewish man took our culture and he got the protection. The Lord ain't even with them, but they took our Dawadah, made a flag out of it, doing whatever the hell they want to do, and you can't even speak on them right now. Any kind of entertainer cannot. The girl Candace Owens, I hope that sister coming too. Goddamn, she did all that ass kissing, all that bootlicking she was doing. Soon as you said something about that Jewish bastard, where are you at now? You gotta go do like we do and get your own podcast. You need to come on Command Jump on the show. That's what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? That's your only saving grace right now. Yeah, right. But you know what I'm saying? We've tried everything else. But those bastards stole our culture and they are protected. So imagine if we take our culture back. We're going to really be protected by the Most High. So a bastard will drop dead from speaking crazy about us. Right. Immediately. And they're going to be like, don't even say nothing about them. Right. You're going to lose everything you got. We ain't going to know how the hell it happened. That's what you want, man. That's what we fight for. That's what I fight for. I can spread it to my brothers and sisters and their children. All right? Any more on that? Loud, sir. Give me Isaiah 34:16. All right? Because one way or another, you are going to respect this book, man. There's no way around. You're going to look back and look at this book and you're going to say, okay, I should have been reading this. I should have got past the thee and the thou and all that and should have actually digested this book because your life is on the line right now. All right? Read. Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the books of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Right. So when you're talking about the books of the Lord, now we're talking about the Bible. If you don't know, the word Bible means many books. It don't mean the Bible, the Quran, the whatever. The word Bible means biblios, many books. So don't get it twisted. We're still here. All right? You got to read the many books in the Bible. Right? Keep going. Come on. None shall want her mate. Now hold on, go back and read that none shall fail. Salaki. Come on. No one of these shall fail. Do you understand when they talk about rumors of war and the prophecy of Christ returning? It has something to do with the World War III that's brewing up right now in front of you. Do you know why? Do y'all really understand Putin? Just take this in. Putin, who's in the middle of a World War III right now, he thought it was very important right now to bring out those pictures of what Christ really looked like. Just think about what's going on earth. Right. He's at war right now. But he said, you know what? Let me do this. Don't think the ones that's high up don't know what the hell is going on. That's why Putin gonna win World War III. When you hear Russia is taking over, just know Christ gonna have to come. That bastard is wicked. Don't get it twisted. He's a wicked bastard. He hates black people. So why did he decide I'm gonna show this now? That's heavy. He did that because he know what the power that's coming. The scriptures say they know they have but little time.
Right.
There was no reason for him to do that. He could have been brought that out, man. Right. You know how long we've been talking about these books? And he decided to bring it out now while a war going on. They know this prophecy, man. It's our time to stop playing around and get caught up in this stuff and actually live it. With the prophecies benefiting us. And you know why you don't believe that? Because we're over here and we're nestled up, right? But when it gets here, it's too late. When we start seeing bombs over across the street and you walking down, you can't live in that. You ain't prepared to live in that. Are you prepared to walk down the street and every building in front of you is done how it is over there? No, when they come over here, it's going to be it. It's probably going to be too late. When you hear about a damn bomb that tore up half of West End, half of East Side, all that's gone. All them people dead. You can't look up at the sky and say, Lord help me. It's going to be too late. But Putin just told you, you are God's people. What else you need? You got your white man that helped you and tell you that. He told you this. You got it. Now what you gonna do, man? Those are authentic pictures. And you think about this, why would he fake that? If you think that wasn't real, ask yourself why he did that? That man got a lot more important stuff to worry about, but he thought it was very important to do that. So I want you to think about that, man. Keep reading.
Come on, sir. None shall want her mate.
Right.
For my mouth it hath commanded.
Right. None shall want her mate, meaning there's no other, like I said, book that's you can relate to your life today. That's gonna help you, right? In the long run. You read your Dr. Phil's, your Oprah, what Oprah is right now? Shit. You know what I'm saying? All them books Oprah got. Oprah somewhere high, hoping her lies don't come out right now. Right? What Jay-Z is? Somewhere high, hoping his lies don't come out. Don't be heartbroken when they next.
Right.
All right, keep going.
For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 17. And he hath cast the lots for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line.
Right.
They shall possess it forever.
Go back. He said he cast them by what?
He cast the lot for them, and his hand hath divided it unto them by line.
What are you talking about when you say he divided it by line? Who can help me out? What are you talking about when he say he divided it by line? He cast the lots and divided it by line. You know, this Bible could have got destroyed a long time ago. This could have got destroyed. You could have never made it here. He trusted King James. Now, King James was not a righteous man. He was a black man, but he was not a righteous. He had slaves. What the Lord put a spirit on this man to transliterate the Bible, that we can make it to us, right? That's why we didn't understand it when our people got up here. Think about if you got kidnapped from where you was at, and you got taken to a land where you don't know their language. They give you your book right back to you and tell you what it says. That's why we didn't understand it. That's why our grandfather was like, that's a white man book. A white man wrote that. No, that book was stolen and they went around the earth. King James knew the power of it. They always knew the power of the scriptures. They always knew the power of the scriptures. And he translated. He didn't translate it. He didn't translate it. He transliterated. That means he took the Hebrew words and brought it into English the best he could. That's why you got certain words like virgin that America has twisted up into not ever having sex. We got words in the Hebrew it says murder. In English it says kill. It's small little transliterations that got caught up. But he didn't write the Bible and he didn't translate the Bible. He transliterated. He used it. He twisted from one language to another. Don't ever let nobody tell you King James was a Caucasian LGBT member. That's a lie. Go look up this thing called the Basilicon Duron, and you will see how he felt about the alphabet community. Because he said, let me tell what King James says to help you out. He said that's the one thing don't ever forgive a man for doing. If a man was in the community, he said to cut his damn head off. And guess what they did to him for saying that? They ended up cutting his head off and his son's head off. That's how strong that spirit was back in the 1600s. He hated the LGBT community, right? That might be why the Lord chose him to do that, though, too. Right? That might have been the one thing, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord, when He let Him allow Him to get that to do that for us, right? The Lord will use people like that just to get to His people that He wants. Don't never forget that. All right, so, keep going. Go ahead.
So when they're saying, you know, He cast the lots for them.
Yeah, take it. Like He gave it to them. Like the Lord put a spirit on you, right? You a wicked bastard. They don't tell them what you may do. He'll give you an opportunity to help these people. There are people that's gonna be in a position to help us. It's still gonna be up to, they're gonna put up to them to carry it out. He went through a lot of work to do this, right? There's a lot of work he had to do to get that every word translated from Hebrew to English. Think about the spirit that had to be on him, that he had to not fight against doing. He could have been doing a bunch of other things, right? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he made the line so you can read it, so we can be ready. Because the Most High knew. And this for you people that think God talking to you. There was a time when we didn't have this book. And if you watching our established services, we have times where, like when Jacob ended up marrying the two sisters, right? That's not a law now, right? The law was still with him, but that's a law now. So it tells you what? The Lord, you can't just communicate just with the Lord just like what's in your brain. Because the natural man not going to receive it. You're going to make a mistake. So all you people out there think God just talked to you. You know, you ain't got to read nothing. God going to help me. The brothers in this scripture that didn't have that, they even made mistakes. Mm-hmm. So how you telling me you not following this book? He's not even listening to you. He's not hearing nothing you saying. Right. And if you don't believe me, let me get you let me get that he don't hear the prayer of a sinner. Let me get that what's that? He does not hear the prayer of a sinner. Let me see. That's in Luke. That's in Luke when they talking about the blind man. No, that's in John. Give me John and let me see. Prayer of a sinner. Therefore, we know the Lord does not hear the prayer of a sinner. That's when we're talking about the blind man, so like it. If anybody got in the chat, just pull it up for me. Okay, give me John 9 and 31. Give me John 9 and 31.
Come on, sir. This is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Mm-hmm. Now we know that God hears not sinners.
Right.
But if any man...
Now say that one again. They just said it too fast. I ain't hear that. Go ahead.
Come. Now we know that God hears not sinners.
You said, for we know that God does not hear sinners. What is a sin? A sin is the transgression of the law. Every part of the law. What did Christ say about the sin? He said, not one jot, not one tittle.
Right.
So that means you breaking any part of the law, especially if you're doing it, just don't care. Like you know it's the law of God out there, and you want to keep eating pork, you want to keep eating shrimp, you want to keep smoking weed, you want to keep being a whoremonger, all the things you're not supposed to do, right? You want to be a thief, you want to steal from people. You're sinning, so the Lord's not going to hear whatever prayer you're talking about. He's going to turn his ear away from you. That's in the book. Your pastor didn't tell you that. Your pastor didn't tell you that you have to follow these laws to get your prayer heard. Don't you know it's a beautiful thing when you pray to the Most High and he brings it to you? A lot of y'all don't know. Y'all think he heard your prayer. No, you prayed, you know what I'm saying, but you also had to go kiss ass at your job. You also had to be at that person's birthday party. You had to go celebrate this. You had to go be here, right? Don't you think it's a beautiful thing when you pray for the Most High to do something, all you got to do is follow what he said do and actually get it? Even though people don't want you to have it, go ahead.
So like, sir, it also made me think about people come up to you all the time, how people all love to say, you know, I'm praying for you.
Yeah, don't pray for me. If you're a sinner, please don't pray for me. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Just keep that to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Right. Pray for your children. Don't pray for me and mine. You sit up eating the pork sandwich. Don't tell me you praying for me.
Right.
You praying to the wrong God. We're not praying together neither.
Right.
Keep your amens and your hobble shabbos over there.
Right.
All right. We don't do that. All right. And okay, we're gonna come back to that chapter. That's a good chapter. I want to use that. We're gonna talk about this in class. That's a good one too. Go give me oh, you got something? Oh, you just stretched. Give me go to Matthew 16:1 right quick. Because another issue we have is, like I said earlier, our people have to get some kind of sign. That's what's wrong with our people. We need a grand works to happen for you to actually believe that this book is real, that you got to follow this book and no other man's teaching. If anybody teaches you outside this book, they are against God, whether they know it or not. You have to understand it. And you don't want to be against God right now. That's why you can have your money, your cars, your women. Your mind ain't right. A lot of y'all don't understand right now, you will never admit it. You got everything carnally working for you. But your mind ain't right. Your mind is destroyed. You cannot find rest. You have to go get into some kind of drama, some kind of evil work. You can't just be at peace with yourself. That's why. That's the Most High telling you, no, you're not done. And a lot of you end up on drugs. You end up wanting to commit suicide every other day. You have no real friends. Your family don't like you. You can't build anything because you have not followed these simple rules. That's why this keep happening. You keep going through the same thing. I'm talking up until your 40s and 50s and 60s.
Right. And
you're still trying to figure it out. So how you gonna raise a child? My thing is all about these children.
Right.
It's all about these children, man. I honestly believe, hey, he might let our generation pass, and it's gonna be about them. You gotta leave that for them. You can leave all the money in the world. That child mind. That's Master P. Master P was the #1 hustler. Was he not? Yeah. Did he not show you how to go get it independent without the white man? Right. He was the master of that. He showed you for anybody else. You look at him and say, that nigga, he built the empire on his own. Right. First independent one. Right. Jay Prince. What they children at though? Master P daughter killed herself last year. Right. She killed herself. That man on TV crying because he know he didn't raise that daughter right. So all that hustling and stuff don't mean nothing, man. He know that. He said he'd give everything he got up right now to redo that with his daughter. That's heavy because that man accomplished a lot. He left a path the way everybody behind him, he changed the game. But he said he'd give it up because he know that wasn't worth his children. Right? So we gotta look at stuff like that, man. That's the Most High talking to you. Don't look at because they a billionaire, they got all the answers and all. They don't, man. They got children just like us. Jay-Z is a child. He answers to someone. Why do you think he got a job at the NFL right now instead of having that nigga? He's a billionaire. Why he got a job at the NFL right now doing a damn halftime show? You went against Colin Kaepernick just so I can see Usher in a damn blue outfit, right? Kissing on somebody's woman, right? That's what we gave this up for. Stop being stupid. We got to stop this. Older people, you had it wrong. Civil rights, all that was wrong. We should not have been trying to join them. Stop trying to push that narrative now. Right. It was wrong. It's okay. We're still here. But you are wrong. You don't want to admit, okay, we went about that the wrong way. We should have worked on our diamonds. We should have worked on our baseball field, our sports. Right. And let the best race win. That's why they call it a race, right? Call it a race. Right. We losing. You join their team. You in a race. How the hell you gonna be in a race and you gonna join another team? How? Who they playing against now? No, you on their bench. You gave your team up to join them, and they gave it to you right there when they started calling it race. Race ain't in the Bible. We call it nations. They call it race, and we losing because we tried to play their game. You ain't got to play that game. All you got to do is stand still and do what the Most High told you to do. All right? Just read. You'll get that.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 1.
Yeah.
The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven.
Right. So the Pharisees, which is will be considered the Christian pastors, the Muslims, whatever you want to call it, people that thought that, well, not, I ain't gonna say the Muslim at the time. I just keep with the pastors. Those are the ones that had the people's ear, right? Christ came along with this truth that they couldn't understand. He wasn't breaking the law, but he was perfecting the law. It was like he was putting pressure on them from sitting up in their pulpit, just lying to the people, just spitting out the commandments but not living it. Christ brought life to it, right? He brought the brotherhood. He brought the practical information that you can use in everyday life. I can tell you not to eat pork all day, right? But if you don't know the importance of do unto others that you will have do unto you, to forgive your brother, to forgive your sister, forgive your rib, to never leave your woman, to never leave your husband. If you don't understand that, you might as well eat the ribs. Eat it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand how deep that goes, you might as well. Right? If you don't understand the importance of Sabbath for man not for Sabbath, go to work. Just go to work. Go pick up the overtime. Because you don't understand the importance of that. Right? Christ brought the importance of that. So that in this particular instance, the Pharisees who heard about all the miracles he was doing, and they were just basically like, we're going to do whatever we can to make him look like a fool. Right? We're going to do whatever we can to make the people know, because Christ was killed because he gained the ear of the people. That's always the most dangerous person around. You get the ear of the people, the pastors lose, the politicians lose. That's why, what's that bastard, FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, he said he going to make sure there ain't no more messiahs when he put that crack in our neighborhood. He said that. It's on his book. He said after when he decided he got rid of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, he said, we ain't going to keep on having these niggas rise up like this, because somebody going to get it right. He said, that's our last messiah. So he went and did what killed them and put crack in the neighborhood to get everybody in. And I don't care who you are. If you're black and you were affected by crack, right? I don't care who you are. Right. It affected our lives one way or the other. You either sold it, somebody in your family smoked it, you went to prison, something happened behind it, you got robbed behind it and started hating niggas. Somebody's mama became a whore and had a child that saw whores. It ruined us, man. And they knew what they was doing. Right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 2. He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say, it will be fair weather. Right. For the sky is red. Right. Verse 3. Mm-hmm. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today. For the sky is red. Right. So he's saying, Christ was realizing what she's going to deal with today. People are going to say something regardless. He's saying, y'all going to look up and see the sky is red. You're going to say one day it's going to be good weather. You're going to look another day and say it's red and say it's going to be bad weather. You just look up in the sky, you're going to see a sign, and you're going to pick whatever your heart say about it. It's a damn eclipse coming up. You're going to have 100 different thought processes about this damn eclipse. Let me tell you when the eclipse comes. If you're a wicked bastard, guess what? You will die. If you were bad, guess what? If you were a good person, you will not. It ain't going to have nothing to do with no damn eclipse. It ain't going to have nothing to do with the eclipse going to happen, and you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to still be a nigga that got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Nothing finna happen. Stop talking about this eclipse, man. Right. This eclipse ain't got nothing to do with what's finna happen to your life. Just go to sleep that night. You're scared, just go to sleep. Wake up the next day, go to work. Ain't nothing finna happen. All right, keep going. Come. And Lord, oh ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the time? Right. Everything that's happening, you can look at the sky and say, oh, it's gonna rain tomorrow, it's gonna happen. But you telling me in the times you can't understand why this is going on with all these leaders, why the earth is stirred up, why violence in every city is at an all-time high. Right. Why everything and all this stuff is in the Bible. All right, keep going. Okay, verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation. A wicked and adulterous generation. Seek after a sign. Now let's hold up there. What is an adulterous generation? Adulterous generation. What is adultery? Sleep with one another.
And so look at that context. And if you are adulterous nation, so adultery is fornication outside of marriage. A man sleeping with another man's woman, or a woman sleeping with another man besides her husband. So how are you an adulterous nation? Go ahead.
By taking on other gods.
By taking on other gods. Give a man a hand. When you choose these other gods, follow how they tell you to. You become a Muslim, when you become whatever them Africans is, when you follow Christianity, to where you are serving their gods and Christmases and birthdays, you are committing adultery against the Most High. Because all of those other religions, they want to wow you. They got to give you this grand soothsaying thing. You see all these pastors now, they changing their background, they stage, they making a big ass music video now. Because they can't just stand still. My generals, they can sit down in a chair and blow your mind. Salakia, no dick. Salakia. They can sit in a chair, not get up and dance and have a mic. They can sit in a chair and say things that will touch your soul, that will change your life. Because they're not using their own words, they're using the words of God. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir. That's so heavy though, because when you think about it, like that's all we do today.
Right.
Like as our people, man, that's all we do. We follow. Everything we do is just following other gods.
Right. That's the key. Because you look at a God, a man, you look at this man, God, you take a lot about that man. And everybody has a God. If you think you don't have a God, your God is usually money. And money is your God. Now we got to go back to white supremacy, because who's on that piece of paper? Whose name is on that banknote? Right? So we got to go back to your oppressor. Because guess what that also means? You will do anything to keep it. You will change your hair color. You will try to bleach your skin. You will wear whatever they want you to wear. That's your God, because you're trying to keep money in your pocket. So if your money is your God, let's just say the so-called white man is your God. Because if you try to get to a certain bag, you're going to have to bow down to him. All right? This is how they go. All right? Keep going.
Come on. And there shall no sign be given to it, but the signs of the prophet Jonah.
So he's saying ain't no sign coming to this generation. No sign. You don't get a sign. Except for the prophet of Jonah. Now, we ain't going to go into the book of Jonah. I'm going to keep it simple for you. Jonah was told to go out and prophesy to the people of Nineveh. But these were people that were wicked people that needed the truth of the Most High. He didn't want to do it. So that's why Jonah ended up in that well for 3 days. He felt like he was in hell. Long story short, when he came out, he went and did it, right? Because he knew if he did it, guess what? Most High probably would save these people. Right? That's what he was saying. So our job now is to take these words and go help save people. That's what you're gonna get. The sign you're gonna get is what Commander General Hans is doing right now. He took the Most High's words and he went and saved his brothers and sisters. That's what we got. You have your miracle right here in the ISUPK. That's what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get. If you can't take that much, guess what? You don't deserve to be in the kingdom. All right, keep going.
Okay. And he left them and departed.
Right.
Verse 5. And when his disciples were come to the other side, they had forgotten.
You can drop that. Give me let's go back to that John 9:24. That was a good one. I want to get that whole context right there. Right?
31.
Yeah, start at 31.
Okay, this is the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners. But if any man...
Salaki, that's not the one I'm talking about. Okay, give me Luke 16. Give me Luke, we'll come back to that. Give me Luke 16 and 19. This is more what I'm trying to say here. All right? Luke 16 and 19. Let's get that story right there. That's a good one. You got any questions, type in the chat for me. Not to show, I see you. That's what thought. Y'all small come by some y'all side. All right?
Come on.
Let's get it.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 16. The law and the prophets were until John.
You got Luke 16 and 19.
Salaki, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki. This is the book of John, chapter 16 and 19. There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple.
Let's not forget the purple. All right? Let's go.
In fine linen.
Mm-hmm.
And fared sumptuously every day. Verse 20. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
There was a beggar named Lazarus.
Which was laid in his gate, full of sores.
Right.
Verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
So there was a poor man named Lazarus who was poor. There was a rich man that was dressed in purple, a wicked bastard. That all Lazarus wanted was to be fed with the crumbs from the man. All right, it's just another brother. Keep going.
Come. Moreover, the dogs come and lick his sores.
Right.
Verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died.
Right.
It was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Right.
The rich man also died.
Right.
It was buried.
Right.
Verse 23. In hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and see Abraham afar off.
Right. So this is a vision here. So let's talk about it. This is an example of what happens, right? And with scriptures in ISUPK, we teach rebirth, right? We teach that you died, you were reborn in the earth. This is a passage about a man who had a vision when he died, right? You know what I'm saying? This is heavy if you want to understand this. This is what's going to happen. This is going to happen. All these pastors that are rich, you purple LGBT members that hate your own people, you should take this in. Keep going.
Okay. And Lazarus in his bosom, verse 24, and he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me.
Now he wants mercy. Now he's seeing he's in hell. He wants mercy. Right? Keep going.
And send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
Right. So he wanted to send Lazarus, the same man that he hated on earth, to dip his finger in feet and give him water. That's how thirsty he is, near death. Keep going.
And cool my tongue, for I am tormented in the flames.
Right. Keep going.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime received the good things, thou good things.
Right.
And likewise, Lazarus, evil things.
Right.
But now he is comfort.
Right.
And thou art tormented.
So now you're saying, in this life, which will happen, Lazarus, who was a poor man, is a rich man. The rich man is a poor man.
Right.
So we always keep telling you, don't keep thinking these pastors that lie to you, these people that are on top that lie to you, your Jay-Z's, your Diddy's, all these people that do these wicked things. If they don't change now, before they die, they're going to be on the bottom. They're going to come back in the next life way worse than what they are now. Almost unfixable. Right? Let's go.
Verse 26. And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot.
So they're saying we can't even get to you. It's so bad right now, we can't even get to help you right now. We could. That's what it's going to be. People that have all this money on the earth that's not trying to help their people, all these millionaires that Flint water took 10 years to get clean water, you're going to be in this next life. It's not going to be where if I want to help you, I can't even get to you. Go ahead.
So is that like prophecy about like in the kingdom of heaven?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're going to be least in the kingdom. It's going to be to where I cannot get to you. Is if I see you in the kingdom struggling, I say, man, let me go get that brother. I can't even get over there to you. That's how bad it's going to be. For these bastards who can just go and take this, transfer this, and put $10,000 in the hood every other day and build these black neighborhoods up. It's that easy for them right now. It's going to be 10 times harder for us to even get to help you in the kingdom. The Most High ain't going to allow it. All right, keep going.
Come. Neither can they pass to us.
Right.
They will come from this. Verse 27. Then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. Verse 28.
Mm-hmm. So now what he's saying now is he know he can't be helped now, right? He's asking, he's speaking to the Most High saying, okay, can you send a messenger to my family? Mm-hmm. He's saying, okay, I messed up. This is bad. Can you send a messenger to my people so they don't go where I'm at? Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 28. For I have 5 brethren. They may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment.
Right. So go ahead.
Verse 29. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets.
He said they have Moses and the prophets. This is what he's saying. He said, nah, they're not going to get no sign. They're not going to get no great visit from me.
Right.
I gave them Moses and the prophets. I gave them men who going to speak my words and live my words, and they better listen.
Right.
I'm not going to give them no big sign and just make it so easy for them to say, oh, I know that was God. I'm going to give you a man that you think is below you that's going to have the knowledge of God. Keep going.
Okay. Let them hear them. Verse 30.
He said, let them hear them. That's what he's saying. They can't talk to me. Let them hear what I sent. Keep going.
Verse 30. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went into them from the dead, they will repent.
So he's saying, okay, but I'm telling you, I'm saying, if you send somebody from the dead as a vision to them, they're going to repent. Of course. Of course, if somebody come in your dream that's you know is dead and he tell you I'm Abraham, of course you're going to do it. But do that mean you deserve the kingdom, though? Does that really mean, like a Christian, the Christians always talk about the faith of a mustard seed, right? Do you really have the faith of a mustard seed if you got to have a dead man come talk to you? Do you really have faith in the Most High if you got to have that kind of sign? Wow. Or can you take these words and at least try to live it? At least make an attempt to say, okay, I'm gonna get this a try. I know the truth is in the ISUPK. I know it. I'm gonna go and join it, and I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm gonna learn. Right. And I'm gonna see where it gets. I'm gonna stay with this and see what happens. I already know it's gonna be hard. I know they're gonna hate me. I know my family gonna be mad. Right. But I'm gonna do it anyway. You gotta do that to earn the kingdom. You can't go because the crowd is up. You gotta go where the crowd ain't. Yeah, right. All your life you heard, take the road, let's travel. This is the road, let's travel. Because it ain't about numbers in here. It ain't about, we got numbers, but it ain't about them. We got numbers now because we near the end. But we started with 3 generals. And when I heard the generals say they had their Passover at a cafe eating lint soup, and I see where we at now, ain't nothing to talk about, man. Your pastor ain't do that. He had to go tell lies to gain that, man. He had to get the blessing from an oppressor to get there, get a backing, go to their schools, get their approval, just to lie to you. Our forefathers held on to the truth. Right. All right, keep going.
Verse 31. And he said unto him, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead.
He said they're not going to hear Moses and the prophets. They're not going to be persuaded. Because guess what? One did rise from the dead. Who are we talking about?
Christ.
Right. One did rise from the dead. When Christ was here, he rose up Lazarus from the dead. He rose a man up from the dead, and they still was questioning him.
Right.
Think about that. These bastards just celebrate Easter. They just celebrated Easter, man. You really think he rose from the dead, but you won't do a damn thing he tell you to do.
Right.
He said the law is not done away with, but you just put on a guy. I'm trying to stop cussing. Okay. You put on a suit Sunday because your woman told you to. Right. But you went because you believe a man rose from the dead? Or do you not? You think it's a fairy tale? Keep on. He gonna come back, but ain't gonna be with no him me come back saying on kumbaya. All right, he coming back again. And we standing on that to the end. Go ahead.
Like it, sir. But you know, it ain't really about the resurrection, man. They claim it's about the resurrection. You know, even though we know that ain't the day.
That's the lie they gonna say. They don't really believe it.
You know, they
right.
just they just in the hype of just like, you know, worshiping the other gods.
Right. They want to go celebrate an occasion. It's a scripture I think is in our Jeremiah. All we want to do is go to an occasion. Ain't nothing wrong with going to events though. That's the crazy part about it. If we get in this book, we can make the Passover coming up, man. I'm 2 weeks, like serious. That's going to be an event.
Right.
So imagine if everybody in the earth celebrated Passover. If all our people, because everybody can't celebrate Salaki, all Israelites, all blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, right, was at the Passover, man. And everybody was doing it at the same time, like you do the damn Super Bowl, right? Mm-hmm. People that can't make it watching it, you know. Understand that's what we're gonna have in the kingdom. But you can go, you can dress up, you can have fun with your children, you can snap pictures, you can do the same thing. But you're choosing another God, so you're gonna do the God they told you. You don't have a rational reason. I've heard this he is risen more this year than anything because people know something ain't right. I gotta at least talk about God right now. You know you can't say nothing about no damn bunny. You can play with the children about that if you want to, which is crazy because there's a whole God behind that too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people talk about we doing it because it's the Jesus and the Good Friday and all that kind of crap there. And they don't even get some of y'all all work for that. Some of y'all, so, you know, anyway. But yeah, finish that off, man.
That was the other one. You want me to go to chapter 17?
No. Let's give one more passage. Give me Proverbs 1:1 here, man. This is the whole conclusion of what I'm trying to say, man. You got to get this knowledge that's in this Bible and nothing else. Nothing else gonna help you. No other knowledge is gonna help our people. You tried every other thing else. You read all these books. You got all your degrees. You know what I'm saying? You checked out every kind of social media leader that you had that you find out really was a wicked bastard. All this kind of stuff. A lying whore, a thief, a scammer. This is what you got left in this book. That's what the Most High left. He ain't sending you nothing else but this book and his prophets. He ain't giving you nothing else. No other grand sign is coming to you but this wisdom. You can take it or you can try to keep living without it. See how this gonna get you. All right, keep going.
Proverbs 1:1.
Proverbs 1:1.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1:1. The Proverbs of Solomon.
Now, if you know one thing about Solomon, Solomon was the wisest man ever. He asked for that. All right, Solomon had to ask the Most High. Most High asked him, what did he want? He didn't ask for money. He said, the wisdom to rule these people. That's what he asked for, which was wise in himself to even ask for that. Mm-hmm. He said, all he knew, that's what he knew. He knew once I get this knowledge and this wisdom, I can get all the rest of that easily. Solomon had navies. He looked at, let's say today, I looked at Kentucky. That's where I'm gonna get my horses. I'm gonna get my iron from Alabama. He had that kind of pull. Don't let nobody tell you Master Musa was the richest man on earth. That's on paper. Solomon had everything. Why you think that your African Queen of Shebas and pharaohs came to visit him? They came to see him. That's documented. They visited him. Their women came. He came. Now he let the women get him at the end, but when he was in his prime, they came to him. Right. All right. That's what he said. Keep going.
The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Verse 2. To know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding.
Right. You guys get wisdom and instruction. That means when somebody you get something out of this book and someone told you, you're going to need instruction on how to follow it. That's why we know you need camp leaders. You need an auto one. You need rank and order in your life. Man, woman, and child. Keep going.
Verse 3. To receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment.
Right. You have to receive the instructions for these things. You can't just decide to be your own judge. You don't know what to judge. You allow everything in your home and in your mind And how you gonna judge some righteously? What's in you gonna come out of you. What you allowing your eyes to watch and see and listen to is gonna come out of you.
Right.
Keep going.
And equality. Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
To give subtlety to the simple.
Yeah, subtlety. So like it.
Subtlety to the simple.
Right. So that means you can be a person that you could have dropped out in 3rd grade. Because these men that wrote these wise words in this book, it wasn't no school. It wasn't no 9th, 10th, 11th grade now. You know, that wasn't around.
Mm.
That's why y'all think, you know what I'm saying, your degree ain't gonna mean you know the Bible. Lord gave this man his wisdom. All right, keep going.
To the young man, knowledge.
Right.
And discretion.
To the young man, knowledge and that's discretion.
Discretion.
So understand, when a young man gets knowledge, when you're a young child and you can take on this knowledge, you're gonna sit back in a room and the people around you at your age are gonna be hopping around like goddamn hyenas. And you're gonna know, okay, they got a demon on them. Wow. You're gonna know how to deal with their brother. You're gonna be very calm while this brother is like wilding out. And he gonna look at you and say, okay, that demon will recognize you because you got knowledge of yourself. That you know who you are. The Most High will always have your back. He will put a spirit on you. Whereas you won't even know why the hell you just did that. You don't even know why you just said what you said to protect you. You will look there like, damn, that just came out of nowhere. I felt that. You know what I'm saying? If you in the truth. Now you can't be following another doctrine and then feel something that's gonna go the other way. You go out, you get in this spirit, your reactions are gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, damn, okay, that was a low one. That's why the scriptures say, don't worry about what you're gonna say all the time. Let him speak for you. He gonna tell you what to say. But you gotta follow these rules first. You gotta get these laws, and he gonna naturally put that spirit on you how to react. You thought all that heavy stuff the general say they rehearsed that? Nah, he come sit down and let the Lord do their work. Just like every man is truth. You go out to camp, you have a topic, you don't know what you finna say. Right. It'll take you where it's gonna take you. That's a fact. All right, keep going.
So verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain.
A wise man will hear and increase learning. That means you will know the truth. You will know things, and you're going to keep learning. That's why you got men here, captains of 13,000, still ask questions.
Right.
That's how you're supposed to be. You're never supposed to be, I know everything. I know. You don't know. You don't know because you just screwed up 5 times last week. Right. You screwed up 6 times today alone. You don't know. Keep going.
And a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsel.
Right. A man of understanding will always go get counsel. If you understand, you know you got to get another man's opinion that's wiser than you. Because you're not the wisest man or woman on the earth. You have to get counsel. That's why here we have priests and prophets that's always available on the phone. That don't get sleep. That you can call any time of the night and talk about your problems, and it will help you solve. Keep going.
Verse 6. To understand a proverb in the interpretation.
You got to get interpretation. Don't just read the Bible, the these and the thous, and then when it get hard, you stop reading, or you say, what the Christians say the Christians always say about the Bible, man. It's up for his own private interpretation or something, or you get with the Bible, whatever they say. Ain't no private interpretation with the Bible. It's the same, but you got to be taught right. A Christian will tell you can get this from the Bible, and they get it. Now the pastor is taking that and use it to create evil, to tell you it's okay to leave your husband. It's okay to divorce somebody for no reason. It's your season. Whatever little quote they got this Sunday. As long as you're paying their tithe. Because Creflo want 100%. Creflo said, don't pay 10%. Creflo want 100. Creflo said, forget that. He want all of it. He put a whole doctrine out talking about don't pay 10%. But what he really was saying, give me all your money. He want all.
Good night.
You put out a whole doctrine last year, right before that sex tape came out about him. The Lord stopped that right quick. He's like, no, you ain't gonna get away with that. You know what I'm saying? About a month later, somebody put out a 4-hour sex tape. So like you know what I'm saying? He went too far with that one. Had grandma giving the whole checkup. All right, keep going.
Come. The words of the wise in the dark saying.
Right.
Verse 7.
The words of the wise are dark sayings. The stuff Christ was saying when he was on this earth, people thought they were dark sayings. That's what a lot of this stuff is considered a dark saying. If I tell you, I'm not going to buy my child nothing for her birthday, that's a dark saying. That sounds evil as hell to you. But what I'm doing is saying I'm going to serve the Lord so he can protect my child. That's what he's saying. If I'm not going to go take my child to Easter egg hunting, a person in the world going to think that's evil. But I'm protecting my child. Even if she if she has somebody and you somewhere else and the child doesn't try to get somebody to do it without you around, they're gonna be protected because of you. Because you're saying, no, daddy not finna be there. Mama not finna be there. You take that stand, the Most High gonna do the rest. All right, keep going.
Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
You gotta actually fear the Lord. When it means fear the Lord, no, if you go against this knowledge, you will lose everything. You will die. You will struggle, no matter what. You're struggling already. If you go against this knowledge of the Most High, that you're hearing, that you're watching and saying, oh, that makes sense, and you still go about doing it because it's convenient, you don't fear God then. You're not going to get the knowledge, but you're going to get the punishment. Because one thing about it, when you hear these, that's why the ISUPK is focused on the airwaves right now instead of going out. Because when you hear it and it makes sense to you, it's not on me no more. It's on you. I did my job by telling you, by living my life. If you choose to go another route, that's on you now. But if I don't say it, it's on me, the blood on my hands. All right, keep going.
Okay. But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
And that's what we got right now. Got a whole lot of fools that despise wisdom and instruction. Do not want to hear the truth. Do not want to even read a scripture that's talking about their life today.
Right.
Lines that will change the way you look at things and change the rest of your life. Save your life, save your children, save your marriage. But all we care about is getting to work. All right? We're going to tap it out right now. I think the general class has started here. All right. Next week, we're going to probably start a little earlier. All right. We got any questions here? We got no questions. All right. Man of Israel. Oh, you got to do the security reports. You got to do it. Come on. All right. Turn the class over. Troop on my right.
We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from their head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, a brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3. Malachi chapter 3, 8 through 10 means 10 in the Hebrew. Ma'ashua, 10% of every penny and any increase the Lord give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. We got the Passover coming up in April the 20th this month in North Carolina. Remind Aqua and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, scarf.
Israel, Imagine, Shabbat, Imagine, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah.
Mazbatah. Curse salute to the sisters. Men of Israel. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Mazbatah. Class dismissed.